and another guest that you guys have been hounding me. You guys have been, I can't recall a non-UFC fighter getting this much attention as far as requests to be on this show. We finally obliged in our sort of international feel this week. We go to Ireland now, and we welcome in Conor McGregor. There he is, the bearded one himself.
How are you?
Conor, how are you? Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me, mate. Yeah, Conor thought you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I hear a bit of an echo. Can you maybe turn down the volume on your computer?
Yeah.
Now,
How about now?
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use this Skype. I only set this Skype up so I could get on this show with you. I don't really use this too much. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to start getting used to these kind of things.
Well, you look great and you sound great, and I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, that's good, man. I like to look the way I feel, and I feel fucking amazing.
Really? Why so amazing?
Because I'm living the dream. You know what I mean? And here I am. I'm just over 5 weeks out from the biggest fight in my life, and things are going good, and I'm getting great support at home. As you know yourself, you're at the saying yourself. Everyone's hounding you to get me on this show, and the Irish really get behind their athletes. You know what I mean? And I'm looking to go out there and impress, and that's it. That's why I'm feeling good. You know, all the years of hard work, and now here we are.
Dana White was in Ireland recently, and he was hounded about you. They were asking him all these questions. I'm not lying. Every week I get tons of fans saying, "Get the Notorious MMA on the show." Your Twitter handle, of course. They love you so much. Are you aware that you are beloved so much by your fans, and especially Ireland?
It's grown each fight. Each fight it seems to get more and more, but it's only the beginning. You know what I mean? That's what I think. This is only the beginning. I'm here to take over. I'm not here to shake no one's hand, or I'm not here to be the token Irish guy in there. I'm in there to get in and win. And that's it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to showing the people of Ireland the true martial artists. You know what I mean? And showing the UFC and the world of MMA a martial artist that they haven't seen before.
Do they love you because you're the first, or do they love you because you're you?
Well, I'm not the first. I don't know. They love me because I don't know. They love me because I love myself. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm not the first guy either. You should know this. You know what I mean? You're the reporter. Whoa. Tom Egan was the first UFC 93.
All right.
He was my teammate. We were only kids back then. He got a shot to fight, and it was a little bit too soon for him. You know what I mean? We didn't really know what we were doing back then, and then we have another Irish guy, but he likes to carry the English flag, you know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe because there's an Irish guy in there carrying an English flag. Nowadays we have an Irish guy carrying an Irish flag, the tricolour. You know what I mean? That's why there's a big buzz going on,
And I apologize to Tom. You are right. I will admit, though, not as much buzz for his fight as opposed to your debut. So that's why it felt like the first. 93 feels like years ago. You get my point, right?
Yeah. Well, Tom was on the card basically because they were in the hometown, and they were looking for a hometown guy to promote the show, But I've built up a hype around myself with some good wins and some good performances, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not just the token Irish guy. I'm not on this show because I'm not here because they're in Dublin. I'm like you say, I'm fighting in Sweden. You know what I mean? So. They want me, and I don't want them, so to speak. You know what I mean? So there's a good bit of hype, and I'm looking forward to going in and proving everyone right.
Why do they call you Notorious?
My coach came up with that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm known to get into a little bit of trouble, and I don't know, just because I'm notorious.
Where do you get into this trouble?
Just over the years, you know what I mean? So growing up in that, I've been in and out of trouble, and I've been with my coach John Kavanagh for a long time, and there's been some ups and some downs, and you know what I mean, this and that, but he stuck with me and he believed in me, and that's basically where the name came from, so just getting into trouble and drifting off and doing other things and then coming back, and but the past couple of years now I've stuck with it now, and now here I am, you know what I mean? So I don't know, that's where the name came from anyway.
Why'd you get into MMA?
When I was younger, it was always combat. It was always combat on my mind. You know what I mean? It was always self-defense. I got in there to be able to defend myself, just like situations that would happen. You know what I mean? Where something would happen, where, you know what I mean, just out on the street or whatever, and I just wanted to be able to defend myself, and that was it. And that's how I started. I wanted to be able to defend myself on the street, and I started doing some kickboxing. So I started doing. Then I done some boxing, and I just travel around. You know what I mean? Try and do all martial arts. You know, ready for anything. You know what I mean? Stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
You know, it seems like the Irish fans have been begging for the UFC to return to Ireland since the first and last event at UFC 93. Were you there?
I was there, yeah. My teammate Tom was fighting. You know what I mean? So I was there. If they got an event in the O2, it would sell out. No, it would sell out in seconds. What did your man say about it the last time? Your man Gary Cook, because I couldn't hear.
Oh,
But I heard you saying Ireland.
well,
What did he say?
he said he predicts they will be back there within the next 18 months.
Wow, I was thinking sooner than that. Well, I wonder will they think that when I go in and when I go in and put on a show now in 5 weeks and make a name for myself. You know what I mean? I'm hoping to drag them back to Ireland. You know what I mean? Drag them by the scruff of the neck back and get a show on. 'Cause I have some teammates in the gym that are ready to go as well. You know what I mean? It's not just me. There's a whole load of motherfuckers behind me waiting to go, and I'm gonna kick in the door and. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm just gonna kick in the door and drag them right back to Ireland.
Well, I'm sure a dominant
Like
performance.
as soon as this fight's done, I'm gonna be on like George St. Pierre going on his knees and start begging for a world title. I'm gonna go on my knees and start begging for a come back to the O2, come back to Dublin, Ireland. And, well, to be honest, I'm not gonna get on my knees. I don't beg for no man, but I'm definitely gonna be saying it a lot. You know what I mean? I definitely want them to come back to my hometown. And there's so many. You know, we have a long history of combat in our country. You know what I mean? A lot of people are true fans of this game. You know what I mean? So it's about time we start coming back and get the fucking act together and come back. You know what I mean? I mean, Dana even says it himself that he gets hounded. Well, if he doesn't want to get hounded, then let's do it. Let's do a show. You know what I mean?
I think they may erect a statue in your honor right now because of this talk. And if you get them to come back sooner than 18 months, you're going to be an Irish legend, my friend.
Yeah, I am an Irish legend,
That's true.
man. I'm a living legend. Yeah, I see myself as the champ already.
Already? You're the featherweight champion already?
Of course. I see myself as the champ from day one. Before I even started training, I always saw myself as the champ. That's how I see myself. I visualize myself already there. I visualize everything. I visualize this conversation. I visualize the walkout. I visualize everything going on. I know I have shots picked out that I'm going to throw in this fight in 5 weeks. You know what I mean? I've seen everything in my head, and now it's going to happen. You see it in your head, you're going to see it before your eyes. That's what I say.
Could you fight tomorrow? Like you seem ready. You seem like you're going to jump out of the screen right now and fight me.
Stay ready so I don't have to get ready. I'm ready to go.
Oh my gosh.
I am ready to go, yeah.
And you're not just the champ. You are a 2-division champion for Cage Warriors, featherweight, lightweight. That's obviously a big deal. When you won the last belt, did you know that? I think you fought like what was it, New Year's Eve time around just a couple months ago. Did you feel like, all right, it's inevitable, the call's coming? After that last win, did you know that your time was coming in the UFC?
I felt like I said, even before that, when I came out of my mother, I felt it. You know what I mean? My ma always said that I came out. The doctor said to me, "Ma, I came out with my hands up like this, yeah." And the doctor said to me, "Ma, you have a boxer on your hands." And you know what I mean? I knew what I was gonna do from day one, and here I am. You know what I mean? I knew it even before the Butchinger fight on New Year's Eve. I knew I was gonna get here. You know what I mean? My team knew I was gonna get here. My coach knew. My family knew. You know what I mean? I had belief from everyone. I had a belief in myself, and now here it is. You know what I mean? That last fight, I felt at home. You know, each fight I'm learning. Each day I'm learning. I feel like I'm growing every day. This couldn't have come at a better time for me. You know what I mean? I'm ready. Honestly, I am ready. This, like I said with Tom Egan, it was a little bit too soon. We were only kids at the time. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Jumping in there and O2, 9,000 screen people didn't know what the fuck was happening. Do you know what I mean? Now we're ready. We've had experience on some big shows. I've had some big hype fights fighting for them 2 titles, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of successful guys in that came from Cage Warriors and are now in the UFC, like Dan Hardy, Michael Bisping, and a load of those guys. And none of them ever had 2 belts. You know what I mean? I had the deuce. I was wanting around for 2 belts. None of them guys had it. So I'm looking to have as good a career as those guys, if not better.
Yeah, what's the scene like over there? Because we hear a lot about the English scene, and a lot of those guys now coming more to the U.S. because they feel like they need better wrestling training and whatnot. What kind of training are you getting over in Ireland?
Yeah, again, I'm training. I just train. I always train. I just train everywhere. Travel around. I like to travel around, and I try all styles of martial arts. So I've been back and forth as well to Iceland with Gunnar Nelson, and those guys from Iceland come over, some good solid grapplers and some good solid wrestlers. And you know what I mean? But see all this crap about going to America and all. People think they need to pack up and leave their coach. And like, see the way guys change coaches halfway through their career. And
Mm.
you're in the wrong frame of mind if you're doing that. You're in the wrong frame of mind if you're leaving the guys you came up with and going to some other gym and trying to start up. You know what I mean? I've guys that I started boxing with that went over to the wildcard gym with Freddie Roach and those guys, the pro boxers, and they're just another pro in there. You know what I mean? I'm with who I'm with. And I'll certainly go around traveling and sparring and training and meeting new people, of course. But I'm with who I'm with, and I'm with them till the end. You know what I mean? That's the frame of mind you need to be in, not move away to somewhere and do, you know what I mean? It's not the answer, you know what I mean? So moving to, people are always saying to me, oh, you got to go to America, and I don't got to do fuck all. I'll go to America when I am going to America, you know what I mean? But I certainly won't be packing up and moving over. I'm from Ireland, you know what I mean? Era, and I'll be here till the day I die.
So I'm keeping this on record. When you go on a 5-fight winning streak or whatever in the UFC, you're not leaving. You're sticking there. I'm not going to see you go to Greg Jackson or ATT or anything. You're sticking there, right?
I would certainly, man, I would certainly travel abroad and maybe go training with those guys for a month. But then my home is Ireland. I'm not packing up and moving everything. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell I'll ever do that. But I will definitely traveling around and meeting new people. And you know, no matter what, even if you're training with experienced pros or beginners, like if you're traveling around and you're getting variety in your sparring partners and your training partners, no matter what the level is, you always feel like you're learning and you feel like you're growing and you're experiencing different body types and things like that. You know what I mean? It's always a good thing. So I certainly will travel around, but I'm from Ireland, and that's where I'll be basing. I'm not jacking it in and moving abroad and thinking that's the answer to all my problems, because it's not. What you're looking for is not out there. What you're looking for is in here. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. Now,
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, my friend. Now, are you in Dublin right now?
Amen.
This may be the greatest guest in the history of our show right here. Look at you, making news right here, making an impact. That's what I was told about you. What are you eating, by the way? Peanuts?
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
Fucking delicious.
Are you? Are you?
Blueberries are good for leaning out. You know what I mean? I'm a lean motherfucker as well. Lean as they come.
Are you in Dublin right now?
I'm in Dublin. I'm in my house. I was in training this morning. There's a guy from MTV following me around the past 4 days.
Oh.
I'm getting a mad amount of press. I'm not really used to it. It kind of does me head in a little bit as well. But there was a guy from MTV following me around for the past 4 days. He's making a documentary. It's going to be out this Friday if you want to retweet that shit. You know what I mean? Now you have a lot of followers.
Well, I'll see.
It'll be out this Friday. But
I'll see if it's
I'm
up to
only
my standards.
there. I was in today, done some grappling, then done some pads. Then now after this, I'm going to head back down and do some more grappling, and then that's it. Just carry on all day, every day.
Now, you're not getting
man.
a big head on us now that you're getting all this attention, right? You're going to stay grounded.
I don't know. I'm just me. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking anything. I'm just the way I am. I'm always going to be the same. You know what I mean? It's just the way I am.
When you walk around in Dublin, do you get a lot of love? Do a lot of people coming up to you, getting a lot of attention from the common folk?
Yeah, not really, to be honest. I don't really go anywhere there. I don't go anywhere. I wake up, I go to gym, I go get some food, I go back to gym, I go get some food, and then I go to bed. You know what I mean? Sometimes I in a third session. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I don't really go anywhere to be seeing people or that. You know what I mean? But the man from MTV following me around, I'm not really used to any of that. And then there's a TV station called TV3. They were out. It's like an Irish thing. You know what I mean? They were the news people, and they were out doing a little thing on me. And this is the kind of thing you have to get used to. You know, it's a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? Having to do all this stuff while you're training as well. But I'm definitely up for doing it if it's going to get me out there and it's going to get Irish MMA out there, and it's eventually going to lead to these guys coming back and having a show here, you know, once a year or whatever, you know what I mean, and getting my teammates on. You know what I mean? We're struggling, we're broke as a motherfuckers over here, yeah. All those guys training over here 24/7, haven't got a pot to piss in. You know what I mean? So I want to bring shows over for all these guys so we can all get fucking paid. You know what I mean?
Are you married?
No, I have a girlfriend. Just shoot me now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask what the love life was like, because you seem like a good catch.
No, I have. What?
You seem like a good catch.
I seem like a good catch? What the fuck? Yeah, I am a good catch. Yeah, well, yeah. No, my girlfriend. I'm with my girlfriend there a few years. And, man, keep me head straight. You know what I mean? You need a good woman in your life. Have you got a woman yourself, Ariel? Or is MMA your woman?
I've got a wife and a son, my friend,
Nice, nice, good
and,
man. Is she good looking?
she's very good looking. I appreciate you asking. No,
With the look at your face, I don't know.
oh, look at this guy.
Nah, I'm only messing.
I know, I know. Let me ask you about Marcus Brimage. We haven't talked about him. A bit of a funky character, into the video games, likes to do the backflips, but he's looked very good in the UFC. What do you think of him?
Yeah, fair play to him. He's 3-0 inside the octagon. He's fought some prospects and that, and yeah, I don't really look. I don't look into what these guys are at. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's no opponent. You know what I mean? You're against yourself in there, so. I don't really look too much into him. He seems okay. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like an okay little boxer, and he's athletic. But we'll see. I think his movements are limited. I think he's limited with his movements, and I look to exploit that. You know what I mean? I move in many different ways, and I'll definitely be getting there and looking to exploit that.
By the way, are you on the main card?
I should be on the main
Yeah.
card, but I don't know. This is my first time. This is my first time out. You know what I mean? I feel like a wily veteran. I'm gonna feel at home when I get in there. Yeah, it's gonna feel like nothing. See, everyone talks about being afraid and all. I fear nothing. I'm gonna walk out there, head held high. You know what I mean? Hands up in the air and stomp out right forward for him. You know what I mean? Not a care in the world.
What's the most?
So,
What's the
I
most
don't know.
amount
I'd
of
like to be on the
people?
main card.
What's the
Sorry?
most amount of people that you fought in front of?
4,000.
Well, this is going to be different, my
4,000.
friend.
Sorry?
This is going to be different. There's going to be way more people than 4,000. Sold out Ericsson Globe Arena. Are you ready for that?
4 million. I don't give a fuck. Makes no difference. It's me and him in there. Like I said, I'm gonna go straight for him. Hands in the air, open palm, Chuck Norris style. Yeah.
Wow. How do you expect to finish him?
I don't know. I have a few shots picked, and he's a southpaw as well. And we'll see what happens. He's tough. We'll see what happens. I am gonna finish him though. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm gonna walk away. I'd like a nice bonus, you know what I mean? I'm in there to get paid. Like I said, we're all broke over this neck of the woods. Not a thing going for any of us, you know what I mean? So I want to start getting paid. Maybe get myself a nice car or something. You know what I mean? I haven't even got a car at the minute, and maybe some nice clothes or something. You know what I mean? A few suits and some shit like that. So I'm looking to get paid. I'm gonna go for him and look to finish him anyway.
By the way, what happens to your Cage Warriors titles?
You wouldn't believe what happened to them Cage Warriors titles, yeah? When I won them titles, when I won the first one, my coach John wanted me to bring, because he hangs all the belts we have up on the wall, and he's always saying, Conor, bring down your belt, and we hang it up on the wall. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot it. I'll bring it down tomorrow. And then tomorrow I was like, oh, I forgot it again, and that happened for months. And then I wins the next belt, and the same thing again. Conor, bring down them belts. We hang them up on the wall. I was like, oh. And then this guy got in touch, wrote me a nice message. He said he wanted me to come down. They're doing some filming about a talk about suicide and bullying, and you know what I mean. And he said, would I come down and say a few words and bring me 2 belts? I was like, man, of course I'll do that, man. That sounds great. So brings me 2 belts down to the gym, does the few words, leaves the belts there. The only time the belts are in the gym, and then Cage Warrior staff come over to film one of my teammates who's fighting for the title, called Pendred soon. They're filming, the PR team are filming him. And I wasn't there, and didn't they take the 2 fucking belts back with them?
What?
So now right now I've no belts. You know what I mean? And I was planning on not giving them belts back. To be honest, when it came down to it, I was just gonna delay it as long as I could to keep them belts, and then maybe when it came down to it, then probably just pay for the belts. You know what I mean? Just say, look, I'll charge a few quid, and I'll just keep them belts. Because to be honest, I don't know. I'm gonna get them belts back somehow. To be honest, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will get them belts back.
That is a
But that's
travesty.
what I'm saying. You leave something down for 2 seconds, and it's whipped. Just like that.
That is a travesty. You need to get those belts back. I mean, they're yours.
Yeah.
But are you the champion, or are you now, like, have they vacated the titles?
I'm always the champion. Yeah, no one beat me. No one took them belts off me. I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the 2-weight champ, light 155-pound champ and 145-pound champ.
All right.
But I think of course now I'm fighting in this. They're gonna put 2 other bums in there to try and fight for it. But there really is only one champ, and they know it as well as I know it.
and his name is Conor McGregor. This might be my favorite interview of all time. I'm getting hit up here. People are loving you, my friend. You know, I got to say, I think it's an apropos time to say this. You know what's my favorite movie of all time?
What?
In the Name of the Father. You know that movie?
Yeah, I know that. You know, yeah, the IRA guys.
I love that movie.
They were stuck in jail for bombing. Yeah, that's all right.
You didn't like it? I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
No, it is a good film. It's a good Irish film. There's some good Irish films out there.
Yeah.
It's actually a good Irish TV show at the minute called Love Hate, and I'm actually betting into that. It's about Irish gangland, yeah, from where I'm from, Crumlin and Drimnagh. It's like it's a big TV show. And it's having good success, but it's damn good Irish TV. It's not good, you know what I mean? When you see something good coming from our country, I like to support it. You know what I mean? I'm not like one of those little negative people that like to hate on shit. You know what I mean? I support good things that are coming from my country, and you know what I mean. And that is one of them. That show. And maybe I don't know if I start getting my little celebrity up. Maybe I might see a cameo.
Well, you are a good thing coming out of the great country of Ireland. He is Conor McGregor. His Twitter handle is The Notorious MMA. You probably are a fan of his after listening to this interview, if you weren't a fan of his before the interview. So hit him up. Follow him as he makes his way to the UFC April 6th. Stockholm, Sweden, UFC on Fuel TV #9. He fights Marcus Brimage. This has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed this. I'm happy that they terrorized me to get you on the show, your fans. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your UFC debut and beyond. I'm sure we'll be talking to you many times, though.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ari. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks for them kind words.
All the best to you, and good luck on April 6th.
Thank you, man. Thanks very much.
There he is, Conor McGregor stopping by. And wow. As I see on my Twitter right here, that was unbelievable. That might be one of our greatest guests ever.
It's the best guest ever.
He's up there, right?
No, it's #1. There's no other guest to talk about. This is the best guest and the best interview we've had.
And I don't want to hate on other guests because we've had great ones. I mean, this has been a great show with Gary Cook and Brian Stan, et cetera, et cetera. But wow. Let us know. Where does Conor McGregor rank as far as all-time great MMA Hour guests? And not only that, first time on the MMA Hour. Comfortable, dropping lines, eating blueberries, laughing. I mean, he was outstanding. That was unbelievable. Thank you very much to him. And I appreciate all the fans who were, as I said, hounding me to get him on the show. You Irish fans are incredible. Blown away by you guys. And I do hope that you get your UFC fight, UFC card, in Ireland sooner rather than later. So he fights Marcus Brimage on April 6th, UFC on Fuel TV 9, and I hope he is on the main card. That would be a shame if he's not. So we'll have to wait and see for that.